In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Play hard, Florence Henry Falcons. Play with passion, have fun, and give it your all. The cheers echo and success follows when you play from the heart. Eastside Equipment proudly supports your dedication and sportsmanship. Best of luck from your fans at Eastside Equipment, and may every point bring you closer to victory. Eastside Equipment, your local Kubota dealer, is located half-mile south of Highway 212 on the bypass in Watertown. Go Falcons!
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change. Because Together, we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
World-class service with hometown friendliness. That's what you can expect from the staff of Haler Automotive. We sell new vehicles from both Chevrolet and Buick, along with a good selection of late-model pre-owned vehicles. And if you're looking for something a little more vintage, come take a look at our classic car showroom, Highway 12 Classics. We have a full service department, parts department, and a body shop. We're conveniently located East Highway 12 in Webster, or view all of our inventory online at HalerAuto.com.
Wishart Insurance is an independent, family-owned insurance agency. Our passion is caring for people. Wishart Insurance will take the time to answer all of your insurance questions and assist you and your family in choosing coverage that will protect you. We take pride in knowing that our family is working hard for your family. We are your insurance family. We are located at 922 West Kemp Avenue in Watertown, South Dakota, with locations in Clark, Willow Lake, and Brookings.
At Active Heating, you could say...
There you go. We're already on third. You gotta press 2, then 3, because the abs are still playing. That's not abs, that's thirds. You put it on thirds already. Oh, I didn't. Junior to what? 0 to 0? Is that the first set? Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh no, you're the store guy. What? You're the store guy.
Serving for the Falcons, Vavruska. That ball mishit into the net. Service error. Going to be point Cyclones, tied 1-1. Now serving for the Cyclones, number 16, Hannah Hyman. All tied up here, 2-2. Cyclones serving now. Hannah Hyman still. Or excuse me, no, number 10, Sammy Brendan. Ball played by Byer over to Vavruska. Over to Shockert. Shockert goes to spike it. Hits it into the net. Unforced error in that case. Cyclones are going to take the point, take the lead, 3-2. Service by Brendan here. Mishit by Byer. A little bit of miscommunication there by Byer and number 12, Raymer. Point Cyclones, 4-2. Still early, second set here. Served by Brendan is a cross. Played by Byer. Over to Vavruska. She's going to get it over to Raymer. Raymer blocked at the net. Ball falls. She can't quite recover it. Falcons teammates gathering together, trying to get something stopped here. Service by Cyclones, Brendan here. Played by Byer, a little bit of a mishit she wasn't impressed by, but we got it across, which is good. That ball spiked across by Vig. Rizlov tried to recover it. It hit kind of in that back corner where they had rotated out of. Good job by Vig to hit the empty spot. 6-2 our score now. Number 10, Brendan across. Shocker. Ball gets blocked a little bit. Spun off the libero for the Cyclones. Larson tried to recover it after the partial block. Ball falls. 3-6 now. Falcons trying to put together a rally. Here's your serve. Number 12, Raymer. Ball's across. Blocked by Fleming and Ryder. That ball played across by Nichols. Here's Ryder. Ryder recovers after the block, gets it to her teammates. Vavruska plays it across. That ball tipped. Ready was Vavruska. Oh, a little bit of a miss hit there by Shocker. Gonna call a lift. So point Cyclones, 7-3 Cyclones lead. Service error there. Serving for the Cyclones was number 7, Mahalski. She served it into the net, so point Falcons, 7-4 now. Serving for the Falcons, number 5, Addison Byer. Shocker to go ahead and take a seat on the rotation. Byer spins, ball's hit across. Played by the libero. That ball played across by number 23, Begeman, dug out. Ball hit across by Fleming. Here's Vig to the corner. And the ball called hit the line. Just enough of it. Point Cyclones. Falcons probably not in a position to recover that one anyway, but taking a look at it, sized it up as out. Got just the line. And just enough of it is all that counts. Service by the Cyclones. Number 12, Avery Lee. Ball hit into the net. Service error. Point for the Falcons, 5-8. Falcons are going to bring in number 2, Kaylee Vavruska on the rotation to serve here. Vavruska across. That ball by Hyman hit, blocked by Ryder. Not quite enough of it though. Rolls out of bounds after the block. Point for the Cyclones. 5-9, Cyclones lead. Number 11 for the Cyclones to serve here, Zoe Nichols. Byer plays it up, Vavruska. Ryder across. Cyclones. That ball hit by number 16, Hannah Hyman. Falcons unable to volley it across, inbounds. Ball lands out. Serving for the Cyclones again, Zoe Nichols. 5-10 our score. Nichols with the service error. So that's going to be point Falcons, 6-10 now. Ryder will take a seat. Back in for the Falcons, Roan Raymer. Andy Rizlov to serve now. Played it. Ball was played off of the net. There's a little bit of a discussion. It may have hit the stick to be out. After the discussion between the line judge and the ref, they settled that the ball was hit out of bounds. So point for the Cyclones there off the service error. Serving for the Cyclones, number 9, Kate Larson. Ball played by Vavruska over to her sister. That time, Roan Raymer able to just find the hole to drop that ball right in there. There's always a gap, right? Always a rotation. And that time she saw the space, found the floor with a tap. Now serving for the Falcons, number 10, Ashlyn Vavruska. Service up and service error into the net. Vavruska not happy with the error. Seen a lot of them tonight, so she's not alone, that's for sure. 12-7 Cyclones our score. Now serving for the Cyclones. Number 16, Hannah Hyman. Hyman across the line. Service error again. 8-12 now. Serving for the Falcons, number 9, Anna Byer. 12-8, Cyclones lead. Falcons are going to sub in. Vavruska is going to take a seat. Rebecca Fleming in. Byer waits. Now giving the clear. Serve is up and across. Ribeiro plays it. Blocked by number 12, Roan Raymer. She gives a little bit of a stink face. Not sure if that was a don't try and bring that spike here or if that was a, that one stung. That ball was powered. Either way, ball's down. Point Falcons, 9-12. I must have missed what the call was there. They gave the point or the serve to the Cyclones there, so my mistake. That ball hit out, so now Falcons serve again. Number 12, Raymer. Serve is across. Hits up. That ball spiked by number 11. Zoe Nichols blocked at the net. Shocker Fleming, the ones there. That ball lands back down. Cyclones tried to recover. 10-12 now. Oh, we're going to double check the score here. It reads 11-12 now on the scoreboard. Discussion at the head table. Play on, says the ref. 12 to serve. Dug out at the last second by Larson. Raymer over to Vavruska, gonna get it to Schockert. Schockert blocked at the net. Cyclones can't recover, that ball's down. We've got ourselves a tie ball game, 12-12. Coach McGraw imploring the Cyclones, hey, let's rally here. Find a way, get a side out. Raymer across, clips the net. That ball played off the foot, legal in volleyball and in soccer. Fleming gets enough of it across. The Cyclones thought it was going to be stronger. Went up to block. That ball falls. Falcons now lead 13-12. Raymer to serve again. Serve is across. Larson dug it out. Over to Brendan. Gets it across. Number 7, Mahalski. Vavruska not quite ready to dig that one out. Ball falls. All tied at 13 again. Mahalski to serve for the Cyclones. Rizlov takes the serve. Vavruska. Schockert across. Ball dug out by the Cyclones. That spike coming in by number 11, Nichols, for the Cyclones. A lift call. They got just a little bit too far inside on Fleming there, and she couldn't quite get enough of it to not lift. Blocked. Cyclones get the point, 4 hits. Ball got into the net, didn't actually make it over to be blocked, so that ball coming back then. Served by Mahalski, received by Rizlov. Rizlov, Byer, Schockert across. Vavruska to Byer, to Fleming. Ball played, just a nice little pushover. Dug out by Vavruska there. Not quite far enough to get over, not quite short enough to be played. And we're gonna get a timeout by the Falcons.
We specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
Being local means more than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us, supporting the organizations that empower the next generation.
Mahalski to serve for the Cyclones, received by Shockard over to Vavruska. Rizlov's going to play it across. Cyclones, number 4, Vig going to get it across. Ryder's going to hit it to the back row, but Mahalski there. 23, Begeman to get it across. Fleming for the Falcons. Ball gets blocked. And I think the Falcons were a little confused on the hit there. The ball falls off of the block. The Cyclones recovered. And the ball falls. 17-13 our score. Cyclones lead set number 2. Rizlov, a little bit of a miss hit on the reception. Falcons, maybe a little sign of fatigue, having to dig deep. Coach Volkin imploring them, dig a little deep, find some rhythm here. Shocker to cross, played by the Cyclones. Ball's gonna get over. That ball hit, it looked like Nichols was the one that hit it. It might have been Vig. Rizlov a little bit too far away to recover on that one. Mahalski to serve, 19-13 Cyclones here. Serve is up and across. Rizlov receives. Vavruska gonna get it to Shockert. Shockert across towards the back row, recovered by the Cyclones. Pushed over, Rizlov. Vavruska to Fleming. Fleming's gonna push it over again. Cyclones recover. They were ready. That ball didn't quite make it across, then blocked back. That ball tipped. Rizlov not quite ready for that ball to come across. Point Cyclones, 13-20. Falcons need a side out here. Find a way to stop the run. Rizlov digs that one out. Shocker tries to get under it. Doesn't quite make it. Lifts the ball is the call. The ball didn't have a shot at making it over either way, lifted or not. 21-13 Cyclones now. Serve across by Mahalski. Mahalski's got a nice little serve run here going. That ball a little too strong by Ryder. 22-13 now, Cyclones lead. Mahalski's service run continues. Played to Rizlov, received, Vavruska over to Byer. Byer across, gets it to the back row. And Mahalski and Helkin tried to recover. Mahalski hit it to Helkin. Helkin hit it kind of back, and then Mahalski unable to fully recover that one. Byer to serve here. Addison Byer, that is. Serve is up and across. That reception a little bit mishit. And then the play across by the Cyclones goes out of bounds. Byer was there just in case, but she sized it up. Said, nope, no reason to play this. It's going to land out. So Addison Byer to serve now. Another service error. Seems to be kind of the theme in the first 2 sets here, is service errors kind of ending runs early. Both ways. Now serving for the Cyclones, number 12, Avery Lee. 23-15 Cyclones our score. Second set. Received by Byer, played up to Vavruska. Vavruska over to Fleming. Fleming gets it across. The ball gets tipped trying to receive it by the Cyclones, but unable to handle it. Fleming will take a break. Vavruska, number 2, Kaylee in now. Kaylee to serve. Serve is up and across. Cyclones receive it, pass it around, ball gets across. Both Byer twins there, but which one hit it doesn't matter. It got across. That's the objective. That ball blocked by Ryder. Blocked by Ryder again. That time Byer there to block it. The Cyclones unable to handle the rally. The ball gets hit out of bounds. I tell you what, great defense by the Falcons there. Both Ryder and Byer. Blocked and blocked and blocked again. Vavruska to serve. played by the Cyclones. Passed across. That ball gets played by Vavruska. Just mishit a little bit, unable to recover. 24-17. Match point here if you're the Cyclones. Serving for the Cyclones, number 11, Nichols. Serve is received by Byer, played to Vavruska. Ryder gonna play it across. That ball got tipped at the net, and then the back line not quite ready for the deflection. Ball falls. 24-18, Falcons still have work to do. Rizlov to serve. We're gonna see number 12, Raymer, come back in here. Rizlov collects, gets the green light to serve. Serve is across, played by the back line in the Cyclones. Byer up to Vavruska. Vavruska gets it to Raymer. Raymer hits it. Just a little too much. Ball lands out of bounds.
Of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Experience insurance the way it should be with Put Off Insurance Agency in Watertown. Established in 1995, we blend modern efficiency with old-fashioned customer service. As a locally owned, independent agency, our experienced agents specialize in both commercial and personal insurance, ensuring you get the expertise you deserve. At Put Off Insurance, you'll always speak directly with an agent. Call us today, 605-886-9319. Proudly supporting Florence Henry Student Athletic and Events. Choose Put Off Insurance, where your coverage is our only business.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Excavating runs in Luke Keller's blood. He's a third-generation excavator at Glacial Lakes Excavating. He can do it all. Water lines, check. Septic tanks, check. Farm hydrants, check. Drain fields, check. Basements and footings, check. And more. Luke is your reliable excavator. He's out of Wallace, South Dakota. Contact Luke at Glacial Lakes Excavating, 605-520-4518 for a quote today. 605-520-4518.
Welcome back to Florence. First point goes to the Falcons. Ball played back. Vavruska up to Shocker. Falcons a little bit confused. Vavruska gets it over though. Ball spiked. Rizlov not quite ready to handle the return. (1-1) our score now. Now serving for the Cyclones, number 10, Sammy Brendan. Serve is across. Vavruska over to her sister. Over to Raymer. That ball blocked or hit the net, one or the other. Ball falls. Point Falcons, 2-1. To serve for the Falcons, number 9, Anna Byer. Serve is across, played by the back row of the Cyclones, passed over. That ball spiked by number 11, Nichols. Ball not a little too hot to handle for the Falcons. Falls, 2-2 now our score. Service across. Bayer to Vavruska. Fleming there just in case. Oh, just a little too much. Into the net is the call. Point for the Cyclones. Service by number 7, Mahalski. This time the run ends early. Mahalski into the net on the service error. Point Falcons, 3-3 now our score. Third set. Sets are tied, 1-1. Vavruska up to Schockert. To Ryder. Ryder across. Cyclones ready. That ball tried to be played by Vig. Didn't get it across. The rest of the Cyclones weren't quite ready to help recover. Now serving for the Falcons, number 12, Raymer. Service across, played by the Cyclones back line. Ball's across, Bayer over to Vavruska, over to Schockert. Schockert to the far side. That ball's down. 5-3 now. Maybe that longer break was exactly what the Falcons needed to help recover there. Service across. Cyclones return. Raymer to Vavruska, over to Schockert. Schockert gets it across. Played by the Cyclones. Vig there, that ball out. Hit just a little too strong. Not tipped at all. So it's gonna be point for the Falcons. 6-3 now our score. That ball blocked by Ryder and Schockert. Played across. Bayer to Vavruska to Schockert. Schockert pushes it over. Cyclones were ready. The hit comes across. That ball lands down. That ball looked like it was hit by number 11, Nichols. 6-4 now our score. Falcons still lead. Serve for the Cyclones here, number 12, Avery Lee. Service up and across. Rizlov digs it out. Ryder there to recover. Over to Bayer. Bayer gets it across. Great recovery by the Falcons there. Then the spike comes across on the return by Begeman. And it tried to get dug out. And it did. It just was dug out of bounds. So, Avery Lee to serve again for the Cyclones. 6-5, Falcons lead. Rizlov to Vavruska, over to Schockert. Schockert gets it across. Vavruska over to Ryder. Ryder says we're not going to mess around, just push it over. Cyclones, number 16, that ball blocked. Got deflected just enough. Ryder went up to try and give it the Julius Irving behind the back and just missed it a little bit. 6-6 now our score. Tie ball game. Miss hit just a little bit by Bayer. So, still serving for the Cyclones. Now with the lead, number 12, Avery Lee. A little bit of a run going here for the Cyclones. Falcons need to find a way to put an end to the run. Schockert gets that ball down. Cyclones just a little out of position on the rotation after the serve, and that ball kills onto the floor. 7-7 now our score. Serve for the Falcons, number 5, Addison Bayer. Gets the green light. Collects, serve is up and across, played by the back line of the Cyclones. That ball rocketed by Zoe Nichols. Just in the right spot, nobody there, kind of in that space in between. Nichols to serve now, her rewards for getting that kill. Received by Bayer to Vavruska to Ryder across. That time, the Cyclones set up number 16, Hannah Hyman. And we've seen a few times, Hyman, they might need to check her for a rocket attached to her right arm, because that ball is humming. Rizlov receives the serve. Vavruska tries to tap it over. Cyclones ready. Ball didn't quite make it over the net anyway, but Cyclones were ready. Nichols again for the Cyclones to serve. 7-10 now, Cyclones lead. Rizlov to Vavruska to Ryder. Ryder across. Cyclones ready. Begeman. Byer digs it. Vavruska, Fleming. Fleming hits it across. Gets deflected a little bit by the Cyclones, but that time, number 16, Hannah Hyman, met at the net. That ball blocked. Cyclones unable to recover. Point Falcons. 8-10 our score. Falcons with a little work to do. Number 2 for the Falcons, Kaylee Vavruska in to serve now. And Vavruska, maybe one too many bowls of Wheaties. That serve straight over the back line. Darn near out of bounds on the basketball court. Service error, 11-8 now. Serving for the Cyclones, Larson, number 9. Vavruska over to Byer. Byer gets it across, ball deflected at the net by the Cyclones. They recover, played across, Vavruska to Ryder. Ryder tries to push it to that corner. Looked like there wasn't quite anybody there. Cyclones tried to pass it a little too close to the net. Not able to recover after that. Point Falcons, 9-11, Falcons 2 behind here. Rizlov to serve. Serve is up and across. That ball not at all where it was intended to be hit. Well played by the Falcons. That ball got passed into the net. They were ready to recover. The volley, though, comes across for the Cyclones. And Falcons can't quite handle that one. Going to be point Cyclones, 9-12 now. Serving for the Cyclones, number 16, Hyman. Serve into the net. Again, theme for the night, service errors. Point Falcons, 10-12. Now to serve for the Falcons, number 10, Ashlyn Vavruska. Subs coming in, Shocker back on the front line. Byer takes a seat. Vavruska given the green light to serve here. Serves up and across. Rizlov ready for the return. Rizlov to Vavruska. Vavruska over to Byer. Gets it across. Blocked at the net there. Byer and Raymer deny. Point Falcons. 11-12. Vavruska to serve again. Serve is up and across. Returned. Rizlov, Vavruska, Raymer. Ball tipped. Not quite ready for the miss hit. Ball tipped by the Cyclones. Back in that corner for the Cyclones, Helkin. She would have been in good position if it hadn't been attempted to be blocked. Vavruska the serve, right down the line, dug out though. And Raymer went up for the block a little bit too early. Deked out a little bit. Point Cyclones, ball falls. Now serving for the Cyclones, number 10, Sammy Brendan. 13-12 Cyclones lead. Vavruska to Vavruska, Shocker. Ball tipped the net a little bit. Just enough to kill it to the floor. All tied up at 13 now. Kaylee Vavruska gonna take a seat. Rebecca Fleming back on. Serving for the Falcons, number 9, Anna Byer. Serve is up and across toward the back line. Cyclones, that return rocketed by number 7, Mahalski. Too much though, out the back line. 14-13 Falcons lead. Serve again from Anna Byer here. Serves up and across. Played by the Cyclones, pushed across on 2 hits. That time Vavruska pushes it across. Not going to risk running into the net there. That one a little too much for the Falcons to handle. Mahalski brings the hammer. Again, her reward for the kill is to serve here. 14 all. Mahalski across. Raymer. Vavruska to Fleming. Fleming gets it across. Gets deflected a little bit. Cyclones are ready. They play it together. That hit by number 4, Vig. Just mishit a little and into the net. Ball falls. Falcons retake the lead, 15-14. A little bit of a yo-yo here. Take a lead, give the lead. Take a lead, give the lead. Service by Raymer across. Begeman over. Raymer to Vavruska. To Schockert. Schockert doesn't quite bring the thunder, but gets the net. Ball falls. Results the same. Point Falcons. 16-14 now. Falcons lead. Raymer to serve. Gets the green light. Serves up and across. That pass a little too far. Cyclones number 10, Brendan, can't quite handle it. 3-point lead for the Falcons now. Timeout, Cyclones. We'll go to commercial.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive.
Welcome back to Florence. Raymer to serve for the Falcons, excuse me. Falcons lead 17-14, tied at 1 set all. Serve is across, received by the Cyclones. Begeman blocked, but out of bounds. Point for the Cyclones, 17-15 now. Falcons still lead. Raymer will take a seat. Rizlov in. Serving for the Cyclones, number 12, Avery Lee. Some rotation coming in for the Cyclones, so Lee waiting, gets the green light. Serve is up and across, received by Rizlov to Vavruska, to Schockert. Schockert to the back corner, played by the Cyclones. Not quite enough on the return there, or the reception. Ball falls. Falcons point, 18-15, Falcons lead. Now serving, number 5, Addison Beyer for the Falcons. Serve is up and across, received by the Cyclones. That ball blocked by Ryder at the net. Ryder said, return to sender. Point Falcons, 19-15. Beyer to serve again. Received by the Cyclones, tipped over. And the Falcons ready, but just a little bit of a miss hit. Hit it out of bounds on the return. Now serving for the Cyclones, number 11, Zoe Nichols. Serve is up and across, received by Rizlov, just a little bit too much. Didn't quite get under it enough. 19-17, Falcons still lead. Serve again by Nichols for the Cyclones here. That ball low. Unable to be dug out by the Falcons. 19-18 now. Nichols to serve again. Falcons need to find a way to stop this little mini run here. Played by Beyer. Rizlov's gonna go recover over to Fleming. Fleming gets across. Good stick-to-itness there. Blocked into the net for the Cyclones. Point Falcons, 20-18 now. Falcons lead. Now in Kaylee Vavruska to serve. Fleming will take a seat. Let's see if Vavruska can put together 5 straight here and send us to the 4th set with a lead. Service is up and across. Again, I think that second Boloides was just a little too much. Service error on the too deep serve. Serving for the Cyclones, number 9, Larson. Rizlov receives over to Vavruska, up to Beyer. Beyer pushes it over. Cyclones ready. The tip Vavruska to Ryder to Vavruska again. Vavruska tips it over. Cyclones ready. Just a little too deep that time. Rizlov over to Vavruska. Bayer's going to have to get it across. Does. Well played by the Falcons. That time, I think the front row there was thinking Mahalski, hammer, and Mahalski just kind of tried to tip it over softly to the far side. Vavruska was there, but just not quite quick enough. 20 all our score now. Serve received by Bayer. Over to Bayer. Over to Ryder. Ryder across. Good recovery by Vavruska. Bayer hit it again, unable to get it back on the pass over to her teammates. 21-20 now, Cyclones lead. Timeout, Coach Volkin. We'll be right back.
Lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Transform your fitness journey at Apex Training in Watertown. Our unique studio offers.
Serve received by Bayer. Vavruska there. The pass was mishit a little bit. Ball's going to fall on the Falcons side. 22-20 now, Cyclones lead. Larson still serving for the Cyclones out of the timeout. Now into the game for the Falcons, number 4, Mashaya McQuinn. Larson served that time a little too deep. 21-22 now. Rizlov to serve. Let's see if Rizlov can rattle off 4 straight and take us to the next set here. Served by Rizlov over, received by the Cyclones. No passes needed that time. Brendan just hit it over. Falcons, I think, expecting with it that close to the net, maybe to go back and then come over. But that time, Brendan ready to just hit it over. Now serving for the Cyclones, number 16, Hyman. Serve received by Rizlov, a little too deep into the net. Falcons unable to dig it back out. 21-24 now. Cyclones lead. Hyman service point here. Received by Rizlov to Vavruska to Raymer. Raymer across. Cyclones backline ready. Vig across, received by Rizlov to Vavruska to Raymer. Raymer strong enough to get it over and through the block. Ball falls, 22-24 now. Falcons with some work to do. Need at least 2 to get this thing extended if they want. Vavruska to serve. Serves up and across. Rizlov digs out the return to Vavruska, pass to Bayer. And that time, not quite to match the task.
Targeted group training classes designed to meet your specific health goals. Specializing in strength training, agility, and injury prevention, we use diverse equipment to help you build strength and enhance performance. Whether you're aiming for sport-specific skills or overall fitness, our expert trainers will guide you with our specialized workouts to prevent common injuries. Experience affordable, effective training at Apex Training and reach your peak potential today.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Ugh, come on!
Seriously? This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Play hard, Florence Henry Falcons. Play with passion, have fun, and give it your all. The cheers echo and success follows when you play.
Digs it out nicely to Shockert. Vavruska gets it across. That time a little bit of a miss hit by Mahalski, but the threat of the thing coming in at Mach 2, I think the Falcons flinched, unable to recover on the miss hit. 4-0 Cyclones. Vavruska over to Rizlov, to Raymer. Raymer across. Vig over to Vavruska, dug out. To Bayer. Bayer cross. Vig again, blocked at the net. Vavruska over to her sister, to Bayer. Bayer across, played by the Cyclones. Nicely recovered. That ball was in their bench, and they recovered it. Now the Falcons are going to get the point. They stuck with it, but that was nicely played by the Cyclones. 4-1 the score now. Cyclones lead. Now serving number 9, Anna Bayer for the Falcons. Rotation's all set now. Green light for the serve here. Served across by Bayer. Cyclones over to Mahalski. Mahalski too strong. Point Falcons, 4-2 Cyclones lead. Anna Bayer again to serve. Served across. Vig tapped at the net. Falcons, is it enough? Out of bounds. Just enough, but not inbounds. 5-2, Cyclones lead. Serve is across by the Cyclones, number 10, Brendan. Shockert into the net, blocked by Mahalski. Falcons unable to recover off the block. Serving again, number 10 for the Cyclones, Brendan. Serve hits the net, Byer was ready, though, over to Vavruska. Nicely played. I think the Cyclones let up a little bit after that, thinking, there's no way they recover. 6-3 now. Falcons, little work to do yet. Raymer to serve. Raymer's serve almost falls to the floor for an ace, but recovered by the Cyclones. Fleming to the back row. Received. Push by Vig there. Fleming does get it across. That time Vig brings the hammer into the back row. The Falcons had moved up. Everybody kind of crept up. That left that back row a little open. Vig able to find it. Mahalski to serve for the Cyclones now. 7-3 our score. Mahalski to Byer. Byer to Vavruska. Over to Schockert. Schockert gets the net, but the ball ricochets out of bounds. 8-3 now. Mahalski again for the Cyclones. Serves across. Received by Schockert to Vavruska. Passed up to Fleming's going to get it across. Begum in. Ball hits the net. You can see Schockert had that look of, it's not where I thought that ball was going to play. So after the net, it kind of falls into a dead spot. Mahalski across again. Rizlov ready. Vavruska. Fleming plays it. Unsure if Schockert was going to make it there. Vig to the back. And that time, Byer tried to get it up and across, and Cyclones ready for it. Blocked down. Timeout by the Falcons. We'll be right back.
Eastside Equipment proudly supports your dedication and sportsmanship. Best of luck from your fans at Eastside Equipment, and may every point bring you closer to victory. Eastside Equipment, your local Kubota dealer, is located half-mile south of Highway 212 on the bypass in Water.
Welcome back. Mahalski to serve for the Cyclones. 10-3 our score. Cyclones lead. They also lead 2 sets to 1. Received. Ball gets into the net. Vig not quite ready for it. Mishits it. Point Falcons. 4-10 our score. Cyclones lead. Byer across. Good cross-court service there. Begeman tries to get it across. Mishits it just a little bit. Doesn't quite get it over. Coach McGraw telling her, bring it. If you're going to hit it, hit it. Byer to serve for the Falcons again. 5-10 now. Begeman again into the net. Byer to Vavruska. Over to Fleming. Fleming puts it down. 6-10 our score now. Addison Byer still on the service here. Nice little mini rally going here. Let's see if we can extend it, get it even closer yet. Services across. Into the back line. Too much by the Cyclones there. 7-10 now. Cyclones still lead. Falcons clawing back. Byer to serve. Serves up and across. Rizlov ready there. To Vavruska, over to Fleming. Fleming blocked a little bit at the net. That ball falls. 8-10 now our score. Byer to serve again. Good run by the Falcons here. Services across. Ryder gets it over on the return here. Begeman gets it a little bit side hit. Vavruska not ready for it to go to her right. Ball lands. 8-11 now. Cyclones lead. Falcons did good work, though, to make up some ground. Serving for the Cyclones, number 12, Lee. Received by Byer, over to Vavruska, over to Fleming. Fleming hits it. The block not tight enough to the net. Finds some space between. Dave Matthews style. Point Falcons. 9-11 now. Falcons still with some work to do. Serving for the Falcons, number 2, Kaylee Vavruska. Serves across. Rizlov can't quite get there. Now serving for the Cyclones, number 11, Nichols. 9-12, Cyclones lead. Service error. Just like that, 10-12. Rizlov to serve. And again, service error, 10-13 now. Larson serve for the Cyclones. Falcons not quite ready for the service. That got on them pretty quick. Excuse me, serving for the Cyclones. Looks like now number 8. Might have been number 8 the whole time. I might have just not been able to see the full number. Katie Frankfurth for the Cyclones. Service error there. Point Falcons 11-14 our score. Vavruska to serve. Played by the Cyclones. Tipped over. Vavruska quick to recover, but couldn't quite get under it enough to get it passed up to her teammates. Ball shot under the net. 11-15 Cyclones lead. Now serving for the Cyclones, number 16, Hannah Hyman. Serves up and across. Vavruska there and ready. Over to Schockert. Schockert down the line. Ball out. 11-16 now. Cyclones lead. Falcons need this set if they want this game to continue. Serves across. Vavruska up to her sister. Over to Raymer. Raymer across. Ball blocked. But the Cyclones are ready. Rizlov, good recovery. Over to Vavruska. Vavruska tipped across. Cyclones Vig blocked at the net. And that time Cyclones hit it into the net. They got a little clustered, and I think there was some confusion on who's going to hit it. Ball falls. Point for the Falcons. 12-16 now. Serving for the Falcons, number 9, Anna Byer. Ball's across. Vavruska passes it over. Mahalski, again, you kind of got to respect that she can hit it about 40 coming across there. But that time she gets just enough of it to get it over. Definitely not a true spike by any means, but the ball lands. Byer unable to get under that one to get it up and passed over to her teammates. Again, a little too tight to the net. 18-12 now, Cyclones lead. Rizlov takes the serve over to Byer. Byer to Fleming. Fleming across. Cyclones tried to block it, got a piece of it, but it killed it too much for the back row to recover. 13-18 now, Cyclones still lead. Serving for the Falcons, number 12, Roan Raymer. 13-18, our score. Raymer across. Cyclones receive. That time, Nichols tried to bring a spike across court and spiked it right into the net. Point Falcons. Raymer to serve again. 14-18, ball's across. Played by the Cyclones. That time Mahalski just tipping it over. Falcons ready. Vig tried to get it across the court, got under it a little too much. Spun it, ball falls. 15-18 now. Raymer with a little run here. Let's see if she can keep this up. Ball's across. Byer over to Vavruska. Vavruska up over to Schockert. Schockert, strong. Cyclones unable to handle it. 16-18 now our score. I'll be curious if Coach McGraw, if they get it tied if she waits for the timeout, or if they get to 17-18 if she calls it here. Raymer across, received by the Cyclones. That ball tipped. Lift called on the Falcons. The Cyclones, I think with the power that they have on those spikes, got in the Falcons' head a little bit, tipped it across. Falcons not quite ready for that. Mahalski across. Rizlov receives. Over to Vavruska. Vavruska to Schockert. Schockert across. Too strong. 16-20 now. Cyclones lead. Rizlov takes the service. To Vavruska to Ryder. Ryder blocked back. Rizlov recovers. Vavruska well played. Falcons stuck to that one. Byer over to Vavruska after the block. Ryder across. Ball's tipped. Cyclones recover across. Rizlov over to Fleming to Ryder. Ryder across. Into the back row for the Cyclones. Begeman into Ryder. Ryder blocks and recovers. Schockert, Vavruska across. Well played by the Falcons again. That time Vig, too strong. Ball's out. 17-20 now. Falcons still trail. Serving for the Falcons, number 5, Addison Byer. Need a few points if we're going to get this thing to continue here. Serve is across. Begeman. Begeman blocked by Ryder. Vavruska tried to dig it out after the block and dug it out of bounds. Point Cyclones, 17-21. Serving for the Cyclones, number 12, Lee. Service across. Rizlov got a little too far under it that time. Ball ricochets off her forearms into her face and then across. Feeling the effects of that one a little bit, I think. 17-22, Cyclones across. Rizlov receives to Byer, to Ryder. Ryder across. Cyclones ready. Hyman that time into the net. Point Falcons. Fleming will take a breather. Kaylee Vavruska comes in, taking the serve, 18-22. Fourth set here, Cyclones lead 2-1. Vavruska's service across. Too much by Nichols that time for the Cyclones. Point Falcons. 19-22. Served by Vavruska across again. Begeman gonna have to just hit it. She thought the pass was gonna be a little bit better spot. Ryder across, that ball down. Good kill for Ryder there. Vavruska to serve again. 20-22 now. Ball's across. Vavruska to her sister, to Ryder. Cyclones pass it over. Rizlov, Vavruska to Ryder again. Ryder with the hit. Ball's down. 21-22. Falcons still trail. 1 point though, 21-22. Vavruska to serve. Ball's across. Hyman tipped at the net. Rizlov ready. Vavruska to Ryder. Ryder tips it. Dug out to Byer. Vavruska's going to have to just hit it over. Tipped over. Cyclones thinking Nichols is going to pass that one. Nichols just tips it over into the space in the floor. Nichols to serve now, 21-23. Rizlov over to Ryder. A little bit of a miss hit on the dig there. Service point for Nichols and the Cyclones here. Service across, Veveruska to Ryder. Ryder across. That ball down on the line. Falcons live to fight another point. Rizlov to serve. 22-24 our score. Falcons need a couple of points here. Rizlov service across. Begeman, Byer, Veveruska. Byer's just gonna get it over again. Begeman again, blocked at the net by Raymer. Not quite enough of it though. Ball falls. 25-22. 3-1 your final here.
Go Falcons!
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
World-class service with hometown friendliness. That's what you can expect from the staff of Haler Automotive. We sell new vehicles from both Chevrolet and Buick, along with a good selection of late-model pre-owned vehicles. And if you're looking for something a little more vintage, come take a look at our classic car showroom, Highway 12 Classics. We have a full service department, parts department, and a body shop. We're conveniently located East Highway 12 in Webster, or view all of our inventory online at HalerAuto.com.
Wishart Insurance is an independent, family-owned insurance agency. Our passion is caring for people. Wishart Insurance will take the time to answer all of your insurance questions and assist you and your family in choosing coverage that will protect you. We take pride in knowing that our family is working hard for your family. We are your insurance family. We are located at 922 West Kemp Avenue in Watertown, South Dakota, with locations in Clark, Willow Lake, and Brookings.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling